Yeah, started the recording. So how do we take the input from the user? So some or other time, okay, so you're running a script and it needs some input from the user. Okay, so how do we take the input is, okay, so I usually, okay, so I mean determine these in two ways. One is while executing and the other one is before executing. Before executing of what? Your script. While executing your script means you started executing in me, and after executing it will ask for input. So that is one case. And the other case is, okay, so before executing itself you ask for the before executing itself you ask for whatever the input you want. Okay, I think both the situations you are using. Okay, so you know SSH command. If you give SSH to any host, so after giving SSH to host name, so then it will ask for the password and you provide the password, right? So while executing the SSH command, it is asking for the password. Okay, so before executing also you are aware of, so you have a lot of options in SSH to pass each and everything, but you don't have option to pass a password. Okay, you have to type it manually there. So here, okay, so and whenever it asks you have to provide that. So here before executing, these are the most of the commands works that way. So CP command, so CP command is not like CP, you hit enter, then it is not asking you source and target. So CP command is, it's something like, okay, so you provide the input before executing, let's say file1 file2. So you're providing the input and then you're hitting enter, right? You're hitting enter. So both you are aware of. Okay, so and you are been using. Okay, so how do we do that with our own scripting? Okay, so you have two ways. So while executing, actually we are going to talk with read command. So the command which we are going to talk about, okay, or the command which helps you in taking the input is read command. And you have before executing, so you have again two things. Okay, so one is special variables, which we'll discuss now, and the other one you have is get opts. Okay, so this one we'll talk it in the last classes because it needs some other option, I mean some other topics to be covered, so that is the reason. Okay, get opts we'll anyhow talk it in the last class. Okay. And so let's talk about read command. Like all the commands, it also have the syntax. It has certain syntax. So read command is used to read the input from the user. So how do you read? So by using read command. And where do you want to store whatever you have been read? You have to store it in a variable. That's all. Store it in a variable. So example, I'll just go and give, okay, so echo enter your name. So the user will be shown with a message that enter your name. The user will come to know, oh, okay, I need to enter my name. Okay, so then immediately what you do read name. So whatever the user enters until he hit enter, okay, so that particular input is going to store it in a variable name. That's all. And wherever you want, you can use that particular value across the script. Okay, it's a pretty straightforward. Okay, so and also yesterday I created a function to create my scripts actually. So create underscore script. So there is a function which I defined. Okay, so this function is going to help me in creating the next script. Okay, so ls if I give my last script is script12.sh. Okay, the next script which I'm for the demonstration purpose which I use is script13.sh. So to get this script, what is the last value? So if I know the last value only, then I can go and create the next script. Okay, so if I know the last value, last script number is 12, then only I can create 13. So how do I come to know with the 12 is with ls command script start.sh. So this complete thing is going to give me 12 number. So here nothing, I have not okay, making you confused. All these options are already discussed. Okay, ls command, and you are getting script start.sh, so you are going to get script all the scripts start.sh. And tail command, you already know, you filter the output based on line numbers. See, so you are getting script 12.sh. Out of that one, I want tail -1. So out of this, I am expecting 12. I'm expecting 12. So I can go with cut command also. Okay. So rather, I'm just trying to remove set and .sh. So substitute command, set substitute command. Okay. So if you remember, set substitute command, we searched with manager and replaced with director, right? So something like that. Okay. So here you're searching for a word script and you're not replacing anything. That's fine. Okay, you want to replace, you replace. I don't want to replace, I just want to nullify. So I'm just using that one. So now if I use that one, so you are getting simply 12. So these are the two set commands, -e command 1, -e command 2. All these options are already discussed. Nothing to get confused here. So I'm putting in a variable I. Okay, so arithmetic command substitution in variables. I is equal to, so this 12 is going to store it in I. So but my script, what I want to create, it is 13 actually. So I'm giving I plus 1. I plus 1. So after that, I'm just adding shebang to that particular script, and I'm opening the script. After coming out of the script, I'll provide executable permission, and the script name will be displayed to me, so that I'll use that particular script. So I'll just create the script. So the present script is 12. So whenever I execute the function, you'll see automatically it is creating script 13.sh. Okay, on the down you can see it is script 13.sh. So now where are we? We are with read command. So read command, just giving and enter your name, rename, enter your location. Let's say I'm giving loc. Okay, so read LOC. So after that, oh sorry, your LOC is not required. After that, I'll just go and 1 second. So echo -e. So -e is to enable the escape sequences. So I'll just print whatever I have read actually, so that you'll understand. Oh, okay. So these are the values I have given, and /n your location, $LOC. So I'm just using two read commands. So other than that, echo commands you're already aware of. So if you give script 13.sh, okay, so enter your name. Let's say I'm giving Raghu, and enter your location. I'm giving Hyderabad. So whatever the inputs I have given is Raghu and Hyderabad. So here actually, if you see, okay, this is pretty fine. But if you see here, enter your name. Enter your name. So enter your name is printing, and immediately the line is going to the next line. So we have an option in echo command. Okay, so does anyone can anyone tell me what is the option? I don't want to go to the next line. I want to stay in the same line. How can I do that?
Backslash n. N.
Yes, exactly. So here we need to use an option -n. So what is the purpose of -n option? By default, echo command ends with new line. If you don't want to use that particular echo command to end with trail with new line, so we use -n option. So script 13.sh. Okay, so enter your name, and enter your name is the same. I'll add, I'll just put Hyderabad. That's all. Okay, I can make my job easy. Okay, so let's say if someone asks you to print this thing in some color, okay, so you can make your job easy here by using functions now. So script 13.sh, what I'll do is I'll just go with the echo function. Okay, so in the echo function I'll just give echo. So if I would like to print it in a blue color, I'll define a variable. Okay, so b is equal to /e 34m and n is equal to, I just want to use only one color, or else you can define all. So echo -e $b, okay, $b $1. What is this $1? We'll just come to know. Okay, as of now I'm just giving an example. And $n. Okay, so you don't require these braces even here. This is fine. So, and I'm done. So here, instead of writing echo command, so I don't want new line, right? So I'll just go and use, I have escape sequences, so I'll use -e, and I have no neutral option. I'll use n, both the options now. And echo is a function now, and to the function you're passing the input. Okay, so how do you pass the inputs to the functions or to the scripts? We'll talk about after this particular read command. So just now, as of now, $1 is the one what you're passing here, that's all. Okay, $b is blue color, $n is neutralizing the color. Okay, so the same thing now. See, so script 13.sh, enter your name, Raghu, and Hyderabad. So that is how, okay, so you can get the things done. Now, so what you're doing over here, okay, so what you're doing, so usually the color you may use or you may not use, that depends. Okay, so but okay, I'm just giving the example of using the functions and variables, that's all. Okay, so here if you observe, let's talk about the main script. Okay, so here in the main script, what you're doing, for printing you're using echo command, for reading you're using read command. Printing again echo command, reading read command. Whereas our read command has a capability of, okay, printing its own message before reading. Okay, before reading, echo command has the capability of printing the message. So as a normal command, so okay, read command also has options. So the two options which we are going to talk about is -p and -s. There are a lot of options. Okay, so if you give read -help or help space read, yeah, help space read is going to give you a lot of options. Okay, so out of these I'm going to talk about -p option and -s option. These are the two regular options, so which we usually use. Okay, so you can also use the options so based on your requirement. Now let me create a small script. Okay, so I can read, so sorry, so -p option is to print message, okay, before reading, print message before reading. And it also has one okay, so it also mentions pretty clearly that -p option prompt output the string prompt without trailing a new line before attempting to read. You got the point, right? Without trailing a new line means echo command is trailing a new line, but read command will not trail with a new line, so you don't have any option to, okay, enable a I mean no new line trailing. Okay, by default it is no new line trailing. So here read -p, enter your name, just giving name. So After that, you are putting it in a variable name. So -p option, it will print this one, and name variable it is going to store. So read -p, enter your location, LOC. So again, okay, so you see -e, your name is equal to $name, session, your location equal to $LOC. Okay, same thing we are doing, but directly we are using read command. Okay, so script 14.sh. So enter your name, got it. Enter your location, you're done. Same thing, whatever you're doing with echo and read command, you're doing the same thing. But let's say if you want to print these things in colors, whenever you are reading, you have to go with echo command only. You don't have an option with the read command. Okay, you have to go with echo commands. Otherwise, usually if you don't go with certain colors and you want to print as is, okay, so you can go and okay, use directly read -p option. Now you have -s option. What is this -s option? Let me show you. Let's say you know SSH command, you read passwords over there, right? So here in my script also, I'll read a password. Enter your password. Sometimes you may read the password also from the user. That's fine. I'm reading a password. So, and finally /n. So just for your understanding, I'm printing password. Usually we may not print the passwords, but here for our understanding, whatever we have read is correct or not to check, I'm using this one. That's all. Okay, so password is equal to $pass. So now see here, so script 14.sh. So enter your name, Hyderabad, and my password is abc@123. So what is this? I'm typing my password. So whoever sees my screen can see my password. So that is not a security thing, right? So usually if you do sh space localhost, so it may not allow here. Okay, so usually whatever the thing you type, okay, see, I'm typing something, passphrase. Okay, so I'm unable to see, but I have given something. Okay, so the same way, whenever you type any passwords, okay, you are not supposed to those are not supposed to display on the screen. For that we have an option -s. So -s is what I will call it is as silent or secret read. Okay, so but if you actually see from the help page, it tells you in a little different. Do not echo input coming from the terminal. That's all. Okay, so by default, whatever you type, it echoes on the output screen. If you don't want that, okay, so you just use -s option. So usually for passwords, silent or secret reads, we go with -s option. So let's modify the script. Okay, so you are going to use an additional option if you are using passwords -r. So see here, so script 14.sh. Okay, enter your name, Raghu, location Hyderabad, and the password I am typing abc@123.4, but it is again showing why. Oh, not sorry, -s option actually. So now I'm typing abc@123.4. Okay, so you'll not see on the screen, but you have that content as a variable in the script, and wherever you want to use it. Here in this case, I'm just using that particular password to print. Okay, so in my case, okay, I might be okay. So I mean using for a different purpose whenever you're reading a password. Okay, so this is how usually you take the input from the read command. Okay, so let me go with a script 9.sh. So here, if in this particular script, okay, so what we're doing, so cp script 09.sh. Yeah, so in this particular script, if you see cat script 15.sh, so what is happening in this script? I'm doing addition, subtraction, multiplication, and divided by. Okay, that is what I want. And here, what are on the two values? What you're doing on the only two values, 10 and 5. You execute script at any point of time in any day in any year, those values never change. Those values never change. So is there any use of this particular script? I want to write a calculator script. I want to buy a calculator which always gives me a same value. What is the use? No use, right? So based on the values you give, okay, it has to work on those values, right? Now how do you give those values to the script? So previously to actually what we say, to change the values, we may modify the script and modify the values and run the scripts. Okay, so but we have an additional options now, which is read command. So you can use that particular command. You read the input from the user and you're done. So instead of now, so read -p, so I want to read enter value 1. Okay, so I know this is a calculator script, so read -p enter value 2 and b. So you're simply doing addition, subtraction, multiplication, and divide by. Let me put this over here directly. And save and exit. So now based on the two values, whatever I give, so I give 10, 5, I'll get for 10, 5. I'll give 20, 10, I'll get for 20, 10 values. Okay, so whatever the input I provide, so I will take those values and my script works. So this makes little okay, generic kind of requirements. Okay, so whenever you want to take the input from the user, now you have a command, read command. So in read command, when you are actually taking the input, you are taking the input, okay, so while executing the script. Okay, and read will never comes out. Okay, so you're hitting script dot slash script 15.sh, it never comes out. It will just stop there. It will just stop there. Okay, unless until you provide the input. So that's the reason it has a disadvantage. What is the disadvantage? So if you want to put the same script in a cron job, will our script works? No, our script will not work. Why? Because cron will execute the script and the script needs an input. Who provides the input? Cron is not smart enough to provide its own inputs. Okay, so whatever the input you give, okay, so usually the script is taking and it is working, but cron daemon is running and you cannot provide the input. So whenever you want to put a script in cron job, your read command will not help you. Okay, so straightforward saying, okay, so if you have a requirement of writing a script to put it in a cron job, read command is not the solution and you should not put it. It will not work, obviously. Okay, so that's the reason we have something called as before execution, or before executing we can take the inputs. Okay, so how do we take that particular inputs, we'll see. And one last point in read command. Okay, so whenever you want to, okay, so whenever, okay, so you might have seen something like press any key to continue some messages. Okay, so your message will stop over there and okay, I mean you'll display a message, okay, press any key to continue, press any key to continue. Okay, so you hit enter and it has to continue. So in that cases, don't you think read command is going to helpful for you? Yes, obviously. Okay, so if I make small script for understanding, so morning, now I'll do read -p. What I'm going to do, enter any press enter to continue, something like this. Press to continue. So let's say where you have a requirement, you want to display the message to the user, okay, and after let's say user feels you want to make user that after reading that particular message, if he hit enter, you want to continue. So in that case, you simply go like this. So read -p, press enter to continue. Any key is not possible anyhow. Press enter to continue. So if user presses enter, and it is going to continue. So echo by. So let's see. So script 16.sh. See, good morning you are getting, and it just stops over there. And if he hits enter, and it continues with the remaining thing. Okay, so that is how, okay, so we usually, okay, so use these read commands in all these scenarios. So you have a lot of options, okay, so you can read an array, okay, you can just give a try if you want. You can go with the array of reading all the words at a time, okay. So whenever you go with an array, you require a delimiter, and that is one thing. So let's say what I told you, okay, so till you press anything, it will not continue, or till you hit enter, it will not continue. Let's say, okay, so you want to, okay, come out after certain amount of time, so you have timeout option also. Okay, so just see, okay, so how to set the timeout. That is one thing. Okay, so like this, okay, so you have certain options. You can just go and okay, so you can just go and use those particular options. That's fine. The next one we are going to talk about, and this is the very important one, okay, so which is special variables. Okay, so if you understand special variables, you will understand how the commands are working in the system. Okay, so what are these special variables, or how do you provide the input? So how I am going to provide the input is, I'm going to provide the input, okay, so before executing, and then I'll hit enter here. Okay, so I already provided the input. Now, okay, so do you remember in the echo command I have told you how the inputs are okay, taken by any command? So those inputs are actually given. Those inputs are actually, so these particular inputs are actually given to the script. So who gives the input to the scripts? Our shell will provide the inputs. Shell is going to provide the input. So let's see how it is going to provide. Let's see how it is going to provide. Let me open and so let's say I'm giving script 10, 20, 30. Assume I am passing 3 values. Okay, now in the script, how I can access these values? Because these values are already given. Okay, you no need to go and fetch the value. The values are already given to the script. Now you have only the thing is you have to access those values. How do you access those values? Okay, by using special variables. What are those special variables? So we already knew few special variables. Okay, so which is $?. $? is for exit status. Okay, so if you would like to get the process ID of the script, if you would like to get the process in the script, if you want to know its process ID, so what do you use? $. So if you simply give PS enter, it gives you the shell associated with this particular user, and the process ID is 4455. Even you can get it with $. So it is 4435. I'm getting the process ID of this particular shell. The same way you can get the process ID of the script by using, okay, so $. And the next one you have is $! What is $! is nothing but whenever you execute any background job. Let's say I'm giving 60, I put it in a background job. So it is showing that this process ID is 4599. But usually whenever you go with the script and you want to get the last executed background job process ID, I go and use $! So these things actually, okay, so you may use whenever okay, you are putting any job in the background and you want to come out of the script, okay, only once that particular background job completes. So in that situations, okay, this is going to help you. So these are the special variables, so which we will not discuss much over here, but what are the things which we are going to discuss then? We are going to discuss which is $star, dollar at the rate, and $hash, $0 to $9. So these are the things which we are much interested. Okay, so $star or dollar at the rate means all the values parsed. All the values parsed. So how you have given these values? You parse the input to the script. You parse the input to the script. Okay, so the same way, okay, if you would like to get all the values, you can use $star or dollar at the rate. So something like your variables, array variables, if you want to get all the values, you use star at the rate, right? So here also the same thing. $star means you can access all the values. Dollar at the rate means you can access all the values. And what is $hash? $hash is nothing but number of values. So how many number of values are there? Here it is 1, 2, 3. So total 3 values we have passed here. Okay, and whereas $0 is nothing but $0. Let me write here. So $0 is this one. $0 is nothing but the script name. Okay, see, whenever you hit enter, your shell automatically loaded this as $0, this as $1, $2, like all these things it is set inside the script. If you want to access those values, we use the variables. Okay, so $0 means it is script name or the command name. So the $1 is the first value, $2 is second value, $3 is third value. So like that you can have only 9 values. $10 is not possible. If you have $10, it will consider $1 as the variable and 0 as the extra character. So $10 is not possible. Only you have the value still $9. So whenever you go with special variables, the maximum values you can parse is 9 values. Maximum values you can parse is 9 values. Any questions on this one? Okay, I'll show you the example, but if you have any questions, please ask, because if you really didn't understand this one, okay, so you don't see how your commands are been working. So let's say you're giving cp file 1, file 2. How do you think actually, okay, so this value is getting loaded to the cp command? So cp command also uses special variables only. cp command uses special variables. So I can show you that. Okay, so what is $0? $0 is nothing but the script name, right? So cp enter you what it is giving here, cp. If I give /bin/cp, the first one whatever you are giving is $0. So here you are giving /bin/cp. What you are getting here, /bin/cp. You are not getting only cp. If he has written directly echo cp, then all the time you will get cp only. But he has given echo $0. $0 means what is $0? This is $0. Okay, so let's see it practically. So echo $, yeah, let me put it in single quote. Let's not take $3. Let's go with star at the rate hash $. So $. is process ID. Okay, so let's have script 17.sh. So you can see $1 is empty, $2 is empty, star at the rate is also empty. Why? Because we have not passed any values. The number of values passed is 0, but the process ID you got is 4612. So script 17.sh. Okay, so if I pass some values, 1020, the first value is 10, second value is 20, star at the rate all the values, and number of values passed is only 2. Okay, and the process ID is 4614. So now what I can do is so instead of reading the values, my A equal to $1, B equal to $2. So I can execute this particular script. So script 18.sh. So $1 is first value, second value is this one. See, so previously 20, 10 you have given. So what are the values I have given? So based on that my script is working. Now can you think if you want to put the same requirement, okay, so in the cron job, so you have to go with special variables because you're already passing the inputs directly to the script and it doesn't, okay, so it doesn't need to wait for anything else. Already provided the input. It is going to work. It is going to work. Is that clear? Okay. 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 Now one small thing now. Okay, so in special variables, so you have special variables for functions also, so that you need to understand. So one small, so here what all the values you are getting, these are for main program. Okay, so what I'll do is echo special variables per program. So and after that what I'll do is we'll call a function. Okay, and let's write some function. And let's see what all the values you can access it in the function. So let me write like this, it's still confusing. So can you see here the special variables in the main program is obviously what all the values you have passed. Okay, so 10, 20 you're getting, everything is fine. But if you see in the special variables in the function, so $1 is, we didn't wrote $0. You see now. So if you give, okay, so 20 and 10 in the main program, it is perfectly fine. Okay, what all we have discussed. But if you see in the function, so what are the only two things which are common, which is $0. The script name is not changing even in the function. because $0 is the script name, and process ID is also not changing. Okay, so in the functions class I have told you functions will not create any new process IDs. Even though it behaves like a command, it will not get any process ID. Like shell built-in command also I already told you. Okay, so it will not get any process ID. So here you can clearly see that, okay, whatever the process ID you have for the main program, you have the same process ID in the function also. So functions are not creating any process ID, but yet, okay, we're talking it as a type of a function. It needs some, okay, so some properties, okay, so which behave like a command. To behave like a command, it needs some properties. So one of the property is you can pass a different values to the function. You can pass a different values to the function. So script 19.sh. So if you give two different values, so let's say 30 and 40 to the function, so $1 to the function is now 30. Okay, so even though you passed a different values to the main program, but to the functions you have passed is 30 and 40. The first value passed to the function is $1, second value you passed to the function is $2. Okay, so $star at the rate all the values, and $hash is number of values you pass to the function. So special variables, okay, especially the positional variables, okay, which is from $1 to $9, those are different from main program to function. So function has its own values. So that's the reason you need to keep it in mind whenever, okay, so whenever you pass the value and you try to access it in the function directly by using $1, you'll not get it. Why? Because the $1 is a special variable, which are dynamic variables, which are different from process to process, which are different from process to process. Instead of saying process to process, actually I can say it is different from command to command. So function is also a type of command, it is different, and script is also a script, actually, you know, that is a command which interprets, so that also has a different values,
Raghu,
Yeah.
can you pass these values for the functions and also the description?
Your voice is
Raghu.
1 second. Yeah, tell me, Uday.
Can we pass the function values from the outside of the script, like 619.sh from 2010, like that? Can we pass it?
Yeah, you can pass it, right? So simply if you give script 19.sh, so if you want to pass directly the values which are there in the main program, so you pass it in $1 and $2. Okay, so what happened? So $1 and $2 is the values which you pass to the main program, and you are passing the same values to the function also now. So this is main program. In the main program, $1 and $2 are accessible. So $1 will get replaced with 10 and $2 will get replaced with 20, and 10 and 20 values will be passed to the function also. You can see, oh sorry, if you give 10 space 20, you can see both the values are same in your function as well as main program.
Okay.
Is that you're asking?
Yeah.
Okay. So that is how we have in okay, so taking the input from the user. So one is by using read command and the other one is special variables. So get OPTS anyhow, we'll talk in the last classes. Okay, so here you have a situations. Okay, so you have a lot of problems here. Okay, so till now you are writing only script by applying small things, but you have a lot of issues. So what is the lot of issues I have is, so if I execute script 18.sh without any values, I forget to give the values. I'm the new user, okay, to the script. I don't know, okay, what needs to be done. So you didn't provided any values. So what happening? You're getting a lot of errors. So even in the script 15.sh, so you are not providing the values, you are getting a lot of issues, right? So you're writing a script, but it's still not a full-fledged script. We are not putting a lot of validations here. So the next class is going to be the validations one. Okay, so flow control commands, which is case and if command, and also you have some test command. So it goes with a couple of days. Okay, so flow control commands, which is very important. Okay, so we'll continue that one in next class. If you have any questions, you can put through, or else we are good to close.